And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Hi everyone and welcome back to Clever AI. So today we'll be reacting to two clips especially. First one is like a conservative woman, having a conversation with a feminist, talking about the draft and patriarchy and all these things. And the second is Joy Reid with a doctor talking about the joke on that was made on the UFC ground about Michelle Obama. So I want us to watch the first clip.
Feminism is all about maintaining these equalities.
So would you want women to be drafted?
I think that I don't want to go to war, but I think if it was to happen, I think that I should be drafted as much as a man should be drafted. And I'm anti-war. I don't want to go to war.
Yeah, you wouldn't be okay with that. Most women wouldn't.
I think it's not an ideal situation where anyone has to be drafted, but I think everyone should be if it becomes necessary. I think it's part of. That's a difficult thing because I don't really want to talk about war in this scenario, because if you're drafted for the war, I think that if you have a skill set, like if you're able to do tasks that aren't, men have a better time with like hard labor, I think, and I think if women got drafted, they should be put into tasks that they're able to do. If we're all being treated as equals, also have equal things happen to them that are maybe not as good.
So would that be the ideal society for you? Like, we are completely equal, meaning that women also get drafted?
Now, these are the issues. These are the issues we have in this modern society, that, the whole equality argument, the whole patriarchy and everything. These feminists never ask for equality when we're talking about corporate or laborious jobs. They're not talking about equality when it comes to sectors that, in infrastructure building sectors like bricklaying, underwater drilling, and all these hard, even security jobs. You see how she's quivering? She can't defend her point. Because if you want equality, equality should be across the board. If you are drafting for a world war or drafting for an assault, a military assault, everybody should be drafted equally. If you want, you cannot find equality in the sports room or at the CEO suites, and then find a way to act like a princess when it comes to war. You see how she was quivering? She couldn't even. She saw the logic. It's not as if she didn't recognize the logic. She recognized the logic, but she couldn't come to the fact that there's no way. We have different responsibilities. We have different strengths. The whole equality narrative is bonkers. It doesn't make any logical sense. It doesn't. And now, it's crazy that feminists want to be treated equally in other places, but they don't want to defend the nation. They want to defend the sovereignty of the nation when it comes to a military, draft or a war situation. It is crazy. When there are double standards that men enjoy, and there are double standards that women enjoy. But the problem is that women want to enjoy the double standards that men enjoy too, and still enjoy theirs. They want all day. I won't generalize all women, but a staggering majority of women, or mostly of them feminists, they want all day equality but zero responsibility. 90% of infrastructure building jobs are done by men. 90% of security apparatus jobs are done by men. The real jobs that actually matter, that preserve our civilization and the structural development of our civilization, are run by men. But for some weird reason, these people always want equality when it actually suits them, and then want to be treated, want chivalry, and want to be treated like a princess when it doesn't suit them, especially when it gets hard. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry.
I felt my heart having palpitations. I felt my chest tighten. I felt personally humiliated as a Black woman, as First Lady Michelle Obama is. And then it took me immediately, Joy, to the data that we have. We literally have data that systemic racism, chronic discrimination, and also public humiliation, we have data that these things increase cardiovascular negative outcomes. And as I sat there experiencing those emotions, I know I'm not alone. I realized this is what happens. This is why so many Black people, and Black women specifically, have poorer cardiovascular outcomes when compared to other ethnic groups. This is why so many of us have increased strokes. It actually is.
The first time I saw this clip, the minute I saw Joy Reid, I just knew it was going to be a whole lot of BS. These people, these leftists or these Democrats, these are the same people that have been hurling slurs at Melania Trump and the Trump family, calling him all sorts of names, calling him a rapist, calling him a con man. But they can't take a joke. They can't take a joke about Michelle Obama. Yes, the joke was crass. I find it very, very funny. But this weird looking woke doctor, you see her telling us that a joke about Michelle Obama being a man is causing heart problems in black women. It's very is this is not comedy. This is crazy in 2026, and this is supposed to be the most learned demography in the country, the United States. They always use this talking point. Black women are the most learned demography in the, or the most educated demography in the United States. But this is coming from a medical doctor. It's coming from a doctor, somebody in the health sector, saying that a joke is actually causing health problems. This is like, I don't know, in the next 300 years or so, when people that will take over the civilization, or the, people that will be in this world by then, when they see clips like this, they will be amazed. They will be so, it will look like a comedy show to them. It's very, very crazy. So this is my last reaction on this woke, crazy people, talking about all the ideas, the stupid ideas in the world. And until next time, peace.